Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. Got a crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coin's on my mind. My coin based the upper, watch your numbers climb. Feeling so prime. Hustling these pro thoughts, man. It's on my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, trying to cruise like a king. Every transaction here, cash register ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world,
if you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Please go to YouTube. This shit is fucking annoying.
Of course, we go over the news and stuff, but you know, we just do feel natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on.
It's not the music, because it's not a copyright. Before we even did the intro and all that, we made sure it was no copyright issues with the music. It's not the music. And we play this every time before we get on live. We've never got a live visibility restriction. We've been doing it for like 2 weeks now. Oh, I gotta bring you on over here, D. I can't hear you. Hold on. What's good, everybody? TikTok just pissed me off. I'm sorry y'all had to come in on that energy like that. What's good, everybody?
What up?
So TikTok says live visibility restricted. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because it contains content that manipulates user engagement, such as follow for follow. What?
Yeah, they on that type of time now, fam.
This is in line with the For You feed eligibility standards under our community guidelines. What the fuck? Everybody, please go to YouTube. Block Nation Network. Go to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. I am about sick of fucking TikTok. And then once the U.S. takes over, it's going to be worse than this. Once the U.S. publicly owns it, because I think they already do. Once the U.S. publicly owns TikTok, this shit is just going to get worse. Please subscribe to the because I don't like. Eventually, I'm going to stop coming on here. I'm not going to be. This is ridiculous. So now we ain't on the algorithm no more. So it's like, go to YouTube. Ain't even no point of being on here. I'm about to send an appeal, but that shit pissing me off for real. For real, that shit is ridiculous. And they may be doing it to all crypto content creators, but it's like, it's ridiculous. Everybody, please go to YouTube, Block Nation Network.
Yeah, this
is being on here no more. Nobody else is gonna come in here. So everybody just go to YouTube. I'm about to click out of here. I'm giving y'all 2 minutes to go to YouTube. I'm about to click out. Block Nation Network. If you want the updates, you want the news, you're trying to see the live, it's better on YouTube anyway. Everybody just go to YouTube. Type Block Nation Network in on YouTube. Everybody go to YouTube. Because it ain't about to be nothing over here. Ain't no point of being over here now. And that's what they want. They want me to get off. But if I'm not on the algorithm, then yeah, you win. Y'all win. Y'all win. So I'll get off. I don't give a fuck. Everybody go to YouTube. We're about to have to turn it up on Twitch, gang. I'm going to have to figure out. I'm going to have to stop being an auntie and learn how to use Twitch and start twitching and YouTubing it out because I'm about to stop fucking with TikTok. For real. Everybody go to TikTok. Type in Block Nation Network. Block Nation Network on TikTok. Khalil, everybody going to YouTube because TikTok just took away my live visibility, which means I'm not on the algorithm. They just took me off the algorithm completely. They completely took me off the algorithm, so I'm clicking off in about 1 minute because I'm about to get started over here. Appreciate y'all coming over here. Appreciate y'all coming over here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, Paul said he only go to YouTube. I feel you. Thank you, Khalil. Thank you, Ernest. Appreciate you, Danny. Appreciate you, Manuel. Appreciate y'all, Chrissy, Tino, V's, Divine Phoenix. Appreciate y'all.
See y'all.
Appreciate you, Michael. Appreciate you, Lincoln. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Daniel, for sure. Daniel always showing love. Appreciate you, Daniel. Yeah, if everybody can come in, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all turn the notifications on. Make sure you like the live. Let's run it up over here. TikTok tripping. So y'all, I'm about to go. Block Nation Network. Go to Block Nation Network. I'm not dealing with
YouTube.
Not on a Sunday. They ain't finna fuck up my Sunday. So see y'all on YouTube. Block Nation Network. All right, bet. We just over here today. That's easier for me anyway. All right, bet. I ain't got to worry about looking over there. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. So yeah, we got some updates for sure. D gonna send me some article about Elizabeth. We got some Elizabeth Warren talking trash about the Genius Act. We also got some XRP stuff to talk about. We also got JP Morgan blocking Gemini Exchange for like the re-onboarding process or something like that. So we're gonna go over that article as well. We also gonna talk about BRICS. So BRICS has circled back to the to those headlines about reducing their reliance on the US dollar. Now they have been a little quiet about that because I feel like we ain't really talked about BRICS this year for real. I feel like the last time we talked about BRICS was probably early 2024. So now that they kind of coming back on the surface with this whole reducing reliance on the dollar narrative, as far as it being in the headlines, because it never went away. But as far as them putting it back in the headlines and putting it back on mainstream media, they're clearly up to something. They're clearly up to something here. So we're gonna talk about that. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with this Elizabeth Warren article though. We'll start off with her punk ass. So let me bring up Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. What's she talking about? What's she talking about? Let's see.
It's probably some nonsense, gang.
Yeah. All right. Listen, if you got kids in the area, I don't know if Queen gonna go off because she don't rock with Elizabeth like that. So we're gonna see how bad it is.
This is not a PG-13 live. This is not a PG-13 live.
This may turn R real quick. So
she say something stupid, and yeah, you already know I'm going off. But so let's see what the fuck Elizabeth got to say now. Elizabeth always got something to say. Let's see what she got to say now.
All right, let's talk about it. So Elizabeth Warren slams the Genius Act. Worse than no bill at all for crypto rules. This is what Elizabeth said. This is the same lady that was around back in the Great Recession, right? This was the same lady that was around way back then. You know what I mean? This is why some of these people just need to get up out of their seat, fam, because where have we gone from 2008 to 2025? Have we gone up? Have we gone up? Has the economy gone up since then?
No, we've been in more debt actually. We keep
more debt. More debt on top of debt, right? All right. So Elizabeth Warren has raised sharp criticism following the approval of the Genius Act, warning the measure exposes ordinary Americans to new risks tied to cryptocurrency sector. So she's worried about Americans. She's worried about Americans getting into this risky asset class, right? The Genius Act, short for the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins, passed with bipartisan support. However, Warren cautioned that if provisions fall short of protecting consumers and the broader U.S. economy, right? So she's so concerned about us, fam. Warren, who served on the Senate Banking Committee, stated that in a recent interview that the Genius Act allows stablecoin issuers to operate with inadequate oversight. She argued that mandatory requirements in this bill, such as full reserves and monthly audits, do not offset the loopholes that the industry insiders could exploit. Oh, loopholes. So we want to talk about loopholes, right? Mm-hmm. Wow. This is what she said. While a strong stablecoin bill is the best possible outcome, the weak bill is worse than no bill at all. She alleged that the key details in the Genius Act were sharpened by industry lobbyists seeking lighter regulations for their products. I mean, all she need to do is get her own product, and she'll be all right.
She's probably already invested in some, D.
Oh yeah. We already know. We already know.
She has plenty of money from insider trading. You know, the millions and millions of dollars that she has. So we know she has the money. So she's definitely an investor. I'm pretty sure. I'm willing to bet my life on it. She's an investor.
What's her net worth?
Some project.
What's her net worth? Can you look up her net worth while I'm reading this article? Yeah. Please, so we can shed light on that. So Warren focused much of her criticism on provisions that limit the oversight powers of regulators, particularly the SEC and the DOJ. DOJ been hard at work. They've been coming down on the United Healthcare group, and they've been coming down on who else? The president. The DOJ been hard at work this week. Warren also mentioned that Trump disbanded the crypto enforcement unit of the DOJ and indicated that the SEC would back off of crypto enforcement. She pointed to the risk of the stablecoins being used for foreign investors or for speculative trading without proper barriers in place to shield average consumers from potential losses. So she worried about us losing bread. She worried about us losing money. That's her concern. How much is this broad worth?
So it says here that she made about, it looks like 1 month she made about $400K just from stock trading, but it says her net worth is about $12 million. And her husband's only worth about $1 million.
So she worth millions of dollars, but her salary is what? Got to be no more than what, 200-300K?
Yeah, but it's also claims here on Reddit and a couple other articles saying that she's worth about 60 million. So I don't know which one is accurate. You know, I'm not sure if she is submitting her profits, legally submitting her profits the way she's supposed to. So I'm not sure. So actually, it's just a lot of we don't really know Elizabeth's true net worth.
Maybe she got some Bitcoin back in 2010, 2009, 2010 after the market crash.
Yeah, but I do believe some people saying that her worth is about 60 million. I see some other ones saying her net worth is about 73 million. So I'm not too sure. It's a lot of, that means if we got to toss all these different numbers in the air, that means you ain't being truthful about your income. So
she's worried about us, Queen. She worried about us, right?
Yeah.
So, in summary, Warren believes that the Genius Act will leave Americans on the hook if things go wrong. She continues to highlight the risk that stablecoins could destabilize financial markets or facilitate fraud if not subject to strict federal regulations and oversight.
Has people been doing fraud with fiat in the banks and paper checks? How long has that been going on with the debit cards and credit card? How long has that fraud been going on?
Since the day before forever. That's how long it's been going on. Since the day before.
We're not concerned about that.
No.
The current system that we're temporarily using right now, because it's temporary now, because we're getting ready to move on. We're not concerned about that. We're concerned about this.
Yeah, that's what we concerned about, fam. So in the last part, it's mentioned that the senator also flagged the potential conflicts of interest among government officials with ties to digital asset industry. So there we go. She warned that the bill's passage reflects growing influence from crypto lobbyists over national policy, leading to regulations that prioritize company profits over public safety. She mentioned that crypto industry has written its own legislation. When that happened in the past with the derivatives industry, it led to the 2008 crash, right? Resulting in 10 million Americans losing their homes and jobs. Whoa. I told you she'd been around since the 2008 crash, fam.
Yeah, I don't even know if she should really be talking about this. Because I just don't feel like she's educated herself enough. Or maybe she is, but publicly she comes off as very uneducated on this sector. And most of the time when you're not educated on a topic, the best thing you should do is shut the fuck up.
I told you to get a little bit of R-rated, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One F word per PG-13 movie, right? So maybe that's the first time you'll say that. Maybe that's the last time you'll say that, right? Warren called on Congress to revisit the Genius Act and close what she sees as dangerous loophole before the new regulatory structure becomes fully operational. She urged voters to maintain pressure on lawmakers, emphasizing that the economic consequences of weak oversight will be felt most by everyday Americans.
So her concern is people losing money.
That's her concern.
Did she go into detail of how people could lose money?
Yeah.
He's saying that stable coins could destabilize financial markets or facilitate fraud. How? That's why it's called a stable coin. It's not volatile.
She was saying it's a risk, girl. She was saying it's a risk. It's just too risky for us, right?
But how can we facilitate fraud? I mean, it's going to be mandatory KYC. We know that's coming. So, I mean, but whatever, Elizabeth. I'm moving on. Fuck her. She ain't making no type of sense to me. To try and bring this back up, like we got the bill passed, and she trying to revert back to it. No, we got to focus on market structure. We need to get that done before October. And you trying to go back to a bill that's already been signed. Like, let's wait and see. If it proposes a problem, then we'll circle back. But I don't think it's going to propose a problem as long as it took. Because I think where my frustration comes in at is we have been working on this stablecoin bill under the Biden administration. That is how long they have been working on this bill and bickering and going back and forth to make sure everybody got equally what they wanted and everybody came to a mutual agreement. This wasn't like it was a rush bill. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't rushed. So they have been going back and forth and debating about this bill for a long time. So I don't know where Warren is coming from. Like, she was a part of all of these hearings and debates. So I'm trying to understand. So that's how you know, bro. She's full of shit. She's full of shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. Well,
we'll move on.
That's the end of that. You know, we can move on.
We'll move on because she ain't making no sense. She's just trying to start drama, trying to start shit. They want everybody weird because we're so close to getting like full blown legislation. We're gonna have a framework. They want everybody weary of this space, and that's all that they're doing. They're just conjuring up negative energy so that people aren't so like sure. That they want people to be unsure, because the more uncertain people are and the more weary people are, the more less likely they are to get involved into the investment side of it. So that's what they're trying to conjure up here. So it's very obvious, but yeah, but we'll go ahead and move on. Here you go. You can talk about this XRP price rebound.
All right. So XRP price rebound, as Wellgistics eyes $50 million. $50 million. All right. Hold up, let me get to it. All right. So Ripple Labs associated coin XRP is making headlines again. So Wellgistics Health has taken a bold step, and Wellgistics is on the NASDAQ, mind you. This is on NASDAQ, if you never heard of it before. Has taken a bold step by filing to adopt the coin as part of its treasury management. The company, which is based in Florida, shout out to Florida, fam. Shout out to Florida. Always ahead of the curve, fam. Based in Florida, plans to commit up to $50 million towards this move. This marks the first U.S.-listed healthcare firm to integrate XRP into its financial operations, fam. Woo! So, earlier this year, Wellgistics secured a $50 million equity line of credit, right? Ooh. This credit line will allow the company to slowly increase its holdings in XRP over time. The company made this intention public through a Form S-1 filing submitted to the SEC. It is worth noting that Wellgistics is not just interested in holding XRP. The plan is to use the digital asset as part of its larger financial structure. So we got this company, this healthcare company, right? Using XRP, part of its plan for a larger financial structure that includes issuing debt and other capital instruments that will help the company continue to build its XRP reserve. And then over time, this reserve could serve multiple roles, including use as loan collateral. Oh,
interesting.
Interesting. Haven't we been talking about this shit for a while, fam?
Listen, I'm gonna just say this while everybody's on the live, just because they brought up, including it, using it as loan collateral. Selling your XRP is no longer an option. If you're still thinking about selling a percentage of it and turning it into fiat, I need you to catch up, because it's some information that you may not be privy of, that you may need to get familiar with, just to save your XRP, because you're not going to need to sell it. So I'll let you keep going.
Another part of the company's plan is to make payments faster and more cost efficient. Of course, Wellgistics aims to build out the payment system using the XRP Ledger, the open source blockchain developed by Ripple Labs. This system will help the company settle transactions in seconds at a very low cost. Notably, this is a matter that is particularly significant in a field like healthcare, right? Where processing delays and high transaction fees are very common. Moreover, in another major update, Ripple Labs, associated with XRP, has applied for the U.S. national banking license with the OCC, the Office of Comptrolling of Currency. Meanwhile, CoinSpeaker noted that 5 major U.S. banks instigated a move to delay Ripple's banking license. Wonder why they would do that.
Yeah, because and when we get to this JP Morgan article, y'all gonna
Yeah, and then they say how Wellgistics chose XRP for a few key reasons. The XRP handles payments at scale quickly with low fees, as we know. That makes it attractive to companies that deal with high transaction volumes, right? So if you're a Fortune 500 company, maybe you should be looking at the XRPL. This healthcare system is like, yo, this makes sense right here. The digital asset itself is becoming increasingly appealing to businesses, particularly with the emergence of regulatory clarity. Importantly, the Genius Act that just got signed is providing companies with a more transparent framework for operating in the digital asset space. Still, Ripple's launch of the native stablecoin RLUSD adds another layer of stability to the network, which could also boost confidence among new users. So Wellgistics believes that this early move into XRP could give it a competitive edge. If it works, other companies may follow. We know that already. Other companies already preceded. A move like this also puts pressure on the XRP supply. Notably, the announcement pushed this price up to $3.19. I'm not sure what the price is currently, but at the time of this article, it was $3.19. This XRP price uptick is significant considering the coin staged a major drawdown over the past couple of days, as we've seen, right? So, yeah, man. And then there's some more information about Logistics and XRP on Twitter. Ripple _Mino had tweeted out Logistics XRP partnership pretty much. And she said, Logistics Field is integrating XRP into its treasury for $50 million credit agreement. But that's not all. The company also plans to use XRP blockchains to make more than 6,000 pharmacies, right? Payments to more than 6,000 pharmacies in 3 to 5 seconds, reducing delays and bank fees.
Game changer. Healthcare system. That's a lot of money. That's all I know. And this is just the beginning. We ain't even really scratching the surface yet, but this is just the very beginning.
It's a lot of money.
It is. So that's massive. So the people that's putting that narrative out that no one's using the XRPL, like, no, it's not used like Ethereum quite yet. But trust me, it'll catch up fairly quickly and take over. And then Ethereum will be running off. But I forgot. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Ethereum and Bitcoin running off of the XRPL as well. But hey, we'll be there probably within the next, I say, maybe 12 to 18 months, maybe sooner. When shit gets to that point, I just tell you this: conversation gonna be different in 2026, 2027, and 2028 regarding XRP. It'll be a very different conversation. But I'll really pop my shit when we get this Clarity Act signed. We get this market structure. That's when I start popping my shit, because then y'all about to see what time it really is come this November. I can't wait for that. I ain't never been so goddamn excited for Thanksgiving. Jesus Christ. Last Thanksgiving, I was flexing because, the market went up. Everybody was doing great. Oh, man, they thought I was flexing last. I might pull up in a goddamn big body Benz this Thanksgiving, fucking with me. Just to prove a point. But yeah, shout out to the XRPL. And getting me on that. Yeah, shout out to the healthcare industry for seeing what time it is. But but yeah,
make sure y'all liking the live, fam. Make sure
y'all like the live. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We do have a goal to get to 10,000 subscribers before Thanksgiving. So if y'all can help us achieve that by just subscribing to the channel, turn on the notifications, that'll be very helpful. And make sure y'all like the live, gang. Make sure y'all like the live. Appreciate y'all. We gotta talk about JP Morgan real quick though.
Oh yeah.
Talk about JP Morgan. So, why is JP Morgan blocking crypto exchange Gemini? I thought this was fairly interesting. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. It says the co-founder of crypto exchange Gemini, Tyler. I'm not gonna try and what is Winklevoss? Tyler Winklevoss, who's the co-founder. Yeah, he's the co-founder of crypto exchange Gemini, has recently slammed banking giant JP Morgan for preventing the crypto exchange from the onboarding process after his public criticism of the bank's new data policy. Wow. They got a new data policy. Wow.
Wonder why.
Right. In his post on July 25th, Winklevoss called JP Morgan's alleged retaliation anti-competitive behavior and something that could harm crypto and fintech firms. This latest dispute arises from a recent Bloomberg report that reveals that JP Morgan began charging financial technology firms for access to customer banking data. So, commenting on this, Gemini co-founder Cameron Winklevoss warned that it could bankrupt fintechs that enable crypto purchases. Oh wow, I just had a memory when we was on the phone with somebody very important that I cannot say on this live.
Okay.
D, remember when we were allegedly, because we know nothing. Allegedly, we have a friend that has to go to very important places like the Federal Reserve, for example, allegedly. Not saying that that's where it was. We were told that eventually you will not be able to get crypto the way we've been getting it for the last 10 years or so off of the exchanges, that they were going to cut that access off. That access is going to be cut off, and the only way that you were going to be able to get it is probably through like ETFs and stuff. Remember when we were told that
Yep.
was coming, and
Yep.
they were warning people to make sure that they get in before we get legislation?
Sure do. I sure do.
So have they already? So is this a warning sign?
Possibly.
Because at first I'm like, oh, we're gonna beat this. Trump gonna step in. He gonna call J.P. Morgan, or he gonna pull up to J.P. Morgan headquarters, wherever he be at. He gonna tell him like, yo, chill with this shit. We not doing this shit. Let the exchanges rock out. But I just had that memory just now when I was reading that, and I don't know.
Listen, we in uncharted territory, so like anything could happen. Anything could happen, family. Anything.
What y'all think? Let us know in the chat. Is what's going on here? Are they getting ready to cut off access to the exchanges, where in a way we will not be able to get crypto the way we've been able to get it? Are they going to turn off access to the masses, where the only way you're going to get it is through like an ETF? You'll have to go through them, and you'll be paying a much higher price. And you won't own the asset either; they'll own it. So you won't even have you won't have possession of your crypto. Is that what's coming, or do y'all think Trump is gonna step in and shut that shit down?
Damn, that is some interesting talk.
Control, yeah, there we go. You said control. I kept saying that. Be careful what y'all ask for. America is junky. Yeah. Somebody said, wait, what? Yeah, you heard me correct. It's a strong possibility, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing. Allegedly, I've just talked to some important people that have been to some important places. For example, the Federal Reserve, for example, allegedly. And that may be a possibility that they may cut off access to the exchanges. And you may have to, the only way that you're going to be able to get your crypto is through them.
Jamie will make you go through JPM, tokenized crypto. Shaking my head. Yeah.
Daniel, I gotta let me put that up there. Nah, it won't be the only way. What other ways then? Because if they're getting ready to bankrupt a lot of these exchanges, then what other ways are people gonna be able to purchase it then?
They'll have to go through the secondary and other market. They'll have to do some OTC shit. You know what I'm saying? Over the counter.
We got the music trafficker saying, I've been saying since 2023, they don't want y'all crypto. They want the exchanges and on and off ramps. Bitcoin was y'all last shot. And everyone, no, Bitcoin was not the last shot, but first part of what you said is true. I can agree with that part, but Bitcoin wasn't the last shot. Getting these utility assets, your real world assets, is the last shot. It didn't stop at Bitcoin. That's your beta test coin. That was your beta test coin. But this is your last shot right here. I'm just saying it definitely didn't stop with Bitcoin. If it had stopped with Bitcoin, gang, we wouldn't have utility in real world. We wouldn't have access to them. They're trying to make it for accredited investors only. I think that may factor in as well eventually. DEXs, yeah, unless they cut off. DEXs is mandatory buyback. I don't know about the buyback. I don't really know about that buyback theory. That's interesting though. That's interesting. But yeah, I just was curious what y'all thinking. I know some people definitely have said this before. I've definitely seen people in the space bring up this point right here. And so now to see it happening to Gemini, the founder speaking out about it happening, is like, oh shit, we're definitely on our way to that point. Niggas definitely knew what they was talking about when they was bringing it up a couple years ago. But yeah, here we go. So Winklevoss accuses J.P. Morgan of limiting fintech access. So it says Winklevoss accused J.P. Morgan of attempting to limit consumers' ability to access their banking data through third-party platforms freely. One of them is Plaid, a service that connects financial accounts to various apps and online services while addressing the J.P. Morgan. I was wondering why I don't be seeing Plaid on certain shit no more. Okay, so it says here, so while addressing the J.P. Morgan chief, this is Winklevoss. He said, sorry, Jamie Dimon, we're not going to stay silent. We will continue to call out this anti-competitive, rent-seeking behavior and immoral attempt to bankrupt fintech and crypto companies. We will never stop fighting for what is right. And then it goes on and says that Gemini and JP Morgan have had a strained relationship for years. In 2023, during the Biden administration, reports surfaced that the bank had asked Gemini to seek a new banking partner, citing concerns about profitability. However, the crypto exchange later denied the claims, stating that their relationship with the banking partner remains intact. This latest accusation against JP Morgan comes a month after the crypto exchange filed for an IPO with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Details such as the number of shares to be offered and the proposed price range have not yet been disclosed. With the improving regulatory landscape for digital assets, JP Morgan is making some bold moves. Last week, the banking giant said that it's exploring the facility to offer loans against crypto collateral because of strong client demand. So basically, JP Morgan he's trying to shut the exchanges out because he wants his customers, his clients to just cop crypto from him and his friends. So yeah, they get ready to try and shut this out. Now, if Trump don't step in soon, they're gonna let this. That mean they letting it rock out. Just to let y'all know.
Let it rock. Shout out to Ace Boy 87 for the super chat. Appreciate it. Much appreciated.
Oh, for sure. Appreciate the super chat, Gangy. So yeah, y'all. I don't really know how much y'all how many of y'all are still using the exchanges, but please make sure that you have a code wallet of your choice. You already on YouTube. Once you get off our live, just type in code wallets, figure out which one you like. I like the Cent wallet. Other people on here, they have their preference. So just figure out which one you like. Go do your own research, do your homework, and make sure you know what you're doing when you move your tokens. And please don't be one of them people that got 5,000, 10,000 XRP tokens and you try to move all of them at one time and you ain't tested the wallet out to make sure it's going over there. Because once you lose that shit on the blockchain, you lost it. Yeah. Don't hit me up. I can't help you. Don't hit up, D. He can't help you.
Ain't no support.
You gotta figure this shit out on your own. We're just the messengers, okay? So make sure you do your due diligence.
Shout out to William Mack. Salute. Just found this page. Shout out to William Mack, man. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you liking the live. Make sure you follow the page.
Subscribe to the channel, Gangy. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know we got a goal to get to 10K subscribers before Thanksgiving. Please help us get there. Make sure y'all like the live. We got a special treat today, y'all. We got the outro. So when we finish up in a little bit, y'all gonna see the outro today. So y'all got the end. We got the intro. We got the outro now. It's fire. We appreciate all y'all support. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep bringing the news. Fuck TikTok. But yeah, I got one more thing I want us to go over before we hop off because D got to get ready. We got to talk about this BRICS situation because they've been a little quiet in the headlines as far as them taking steps to reduce reliance on the US dollar. So the fact that I seen this on my timeline yesterday, I was like, yeah, I made sure to take a note to make sure to bring this up on the live. So this is my theory, and I would love to hear everybody else's theory, right? So I just told D this on the phone. So BRICS is circling back about reducing reliance on the US dollar. Now, this is what I believe. Now, I think that BRICS, Brazil, India, Russia, China, I think that they're all coming out saying that they're not going to use, they're not going to basically need us because they're going to, rely on the blockchain, whatever the fuck they're using. This is when Trump comes in and says, oh, we're going to use it too. So yeah, so Trump's gonna come in looking like a superhero, like, oh, y'all thought y'all was gonna go around us, but now I feel like this is their way of trying to introduce the world to the new financial system. That's what I think that this is what it's like leading up to them introducing it to the world, because Brazil, Russia, India, China, they can go off and they can say fuck us, but it's gonna be very hard to do stuff without the West. So if Trump comes out and says, oh, well, we're using blockchain too, we're using, we own Ripple Labs. Isn't that what all y'all want? So those payments, and that's why in the big beautiful bill Trump signed. And while everybody was bickering and bitching about daycare and food stamps and shit, what y'all didn't know was in the bill that they didn't talk about, which we brought up here on the live, was he also signed that those payment rails would go ahead and be signed into law as well. So we got the payment rails now. We got the stablecoin bill passed. So we going that direction as well. So y'all ain't going around it.
If you remember, Ash, this must have been the spring of 2023, where people was talking to all this BRICS shit. I was getting messages, you was getting messages about, oh my God, the Chinese yuan has replaced the US dollar as the most traded currency. I was getting messages from people that didn't know shit about nothing. Telling me about this the stuff you was talking about, right? Yeah.
So if you scroll down in the comments, it's a lot of people on here that don't know what the hell was really going on here. It's just a bunch of like patriots, and no disrespect, but it's just a bunch of patriots on here like, y'all can't go around the West and blah blah blah. BRICS ditching the dollar. Good luck. See, without U.S. stability and trust, you're just printing dreams. Like they don't have a clue what the fuck is really going on. Like, no, they really gonna do that shit, and then Trump is gonna come out and he gonna come out with our shit because y'all forgot Ripple Labs headquarters is here. We own Ripple Labs. That's an American company. Yeah, and then we gonna flex on that bitch ass, and then yeah, boom. So that's how I feel like that's how they gonna introduce it to the world. That's what I feel like this is leading up to, since they talking about they taking steps to reduce their reliance on the dollar. What y'all think though? China stablecoin bill will be effective August 1st. I gotta look that up for real.
Is that true? Is that true?
I gotta look that up. Let me see. China stablecoin bill August 1st. No, what is AI? Hong Kong stablecoin bill implications. Hong Kong stablecoin ordinance. So yeah, Hong Kong stablecoin, something with Hong Kong, theirs does take effect. It just says August 2025. It doesn't say August 1st. But it says, Hong Kong enforces stablecoin rules August 1st. So it's Hong Kong. If I'm saying it right, Hong Kong.
Yeah, I mean, they're a huge market, global market, Hong Kong. That's the shout out to Paige. Paige said, "What if both sides are using this situation in quotations to move society to the blockchain as fast as possible?"
That's my thoughts. You just articulated it better. I agree, Paige. What y'all think? Nah, they don't need the dollar when they have their own stable coins. Right, but they still got to transact and stuff, though, right?
Yeah, they still got to. Fam, they just got motherfuckers confused.
Whatever they doing, bro, they just bringing it so that we can fucking go ahead and introduce this shit to the world and keep it moving, so we can go ahead and start using these new chains. That's all it is. They just ready to start using these faster, more reliant payment rails. That's what this is about.
China still has the crypto ban.
I thought they lifted it. See, they be going back and forth with the crypto ban thing. I can't even keep up with it no more. China still. Let me see. Because I thought last time I checked, they had lifted it.
So how they gonna do this? How they gonna do this if they still got a crypto ban?
Oh yeah, it says yes. China still maintains a ban on cryptocurrency. The ban encompasses trading, mining.
You know what I mean? This shit is like.
Yeah, this was June 3rd, 2025. China tightens financial control. Crypto now fully banned.
That was a good point. About their crypto ban. I forgot about that shit for real in China. I thought they had let up, but I guess
Forbes,
not.
Then again, I don't know, because then Forbes saying no, China did not just ban Bitcoin again. And this is Forbes. And this was, what's the date on this? This is June 4th, 2025. See what I'm saying? They be going back and forth because they'll ban it, then unban it, then they ban it again or something. I just can't remember where they at with it now. They keep that's what they want. They want us confused, gang. Like
the West be lying on China. Nah, I believe that.
Yeah, the West definitely be lying on China. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably still banned because AI. The first thing that came up with AI, I'll share my screen so y'all can see. So y'all can see what I was looking at. I was just going off the AI overview, but if y'all got a better source, because I just don't have time to look right now because I'm on here with y'all, but y'all got a better article or source, don't hesitate to send it to me. But this is what AI overview is saying, that yes, China still maintains a ban on cryptocurrency.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let me see something real quick. I think that was really what we came on here to talk about. I had something.
Dollar cost average, DCA.
Oh, we'll go over this tomorrow. Yeah, I'll go over this tomorrow. That's cool. We'll just go over it tomorrow. So yeah, y'all, that was Bitcoin not banned in China. Everything else is okay. So they can get. Oh, okay, that's fucked up. They know most people can't afford that $100,000 token. That goddamn 6-figure token. Yeah, they been they live like every 3 years. Okay, so they can get Bitcoin. That sounds a little bit more right. So they can get Bitcoin. They just can't get everything else. I'm kind of leaning towards that one, but that's crazy though. That's crazy about them. Wow. They're gonna run on our rails regardless. Exactly, Donovan. Exactly. They're gonna have to run on our rails. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all we had for today. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Like we said, we're trying to get to 10K followers. Now that we got word that the tariffs are going back on a 90-day hold, we're gonna get them Block Nation Forever and Profit shirts. We're gonna try and get them out as soon as possible. We gotta hit it while the tariffs is on this hold. So y'all be looking out for that. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Like we said, we're trying to get to 10K. Please help us get there. Make sure y'all get that digital banking class for those that's still trying to learn DeFi, get into some DeFi protocols. We got a step-by-step class that show the protocol to help people make passive income. There's plenty of people in Block Nation making passive income now through DeFi. You want to learn, at least educate yourself. Wealth 28 Club, that's what that's for, so that you can learn how to have your assets working for you. And then D, they got their boot camp, so D getting ready to go there at 6:30. That boot camp is still going on. If you want to learn how to day trade with Coop and D, make sure y'all get in the boot camp. The link for that's in the bio as well. So make sure y'all get in there.
And use the code Block Nation
to get half off.
Yeah, to get half off. We're in week 2 of a 4-week boot camp, so you can still come in, and everything's going to be recorded. So if you missed last week, or if you're not going to be able to miss this week, you're going to miss this week, you can come next week.
For sure. So for sure. So yeah, y'all, we got a new outro. So make sure y'all stay on for a second. We about to show y'all the new outro. It's dope as hell. Let us know what y'all think. But other than that, we'll come back tomorrow with some more updates for y'all. So let me go ahead and play this outro. We'll see y'all tomorrow though.
Queen and Dean, we're building things in this crypto world. Nothing's as fine.
Get in blockchain now. Stop listening to the media. Stop listening to all the naysayers and all the doubters. Those are the same people that told people that the internet was just a phase. And now look at the world. Can't operate without the internet.
Listen, real quick. Don't disrespect yourself. And look these up. Right now. You won't regret it. Things are happening. Look these up. Right now.
So clean indeed, dropping crypto gems. It's like they got the vision, seeing future trends. So I with the moves before the crowd reacts. First to make connections, no room for the hacks. No speculation, just straight facts in and flow. Navigating this market, watching profits roll. From Bitcoin to altcoins, they know the game. In the world of finance, the change in the frame. Queens got the insight, D's got the voice. Together they rise, man, and make the right choice. Educating the masses, bring it light to the dark. In this crypto revolution, they igniting the spark. So if you on the road, you better tune in tight. Queen and D on the mic, bringing truth to light. In every podcast episode, they set the pace in the hustle at the block to their light. So free.
Shit going crazy right now. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. So yes, the House passed the Genius Act in a 307-122 vote. Shout out to Congress who was tired of stifling innovation and got this done. So yes, the Genius Act is headed to President Trump's desk, who plans to sign it at the White House ceremony. This shit real deep.
Queen and
this shit real. We not, oh my god. Oh my god.
World. Nothing's as